Hi, everyone, and thank you for being a part of this today. It's been really exciting to share my work and to share my readings. And these images are part of my Guardians of the Green Oracle deck that we'll be bringing out in 2020. So I'm really excited about these. Okay, first of all, I'm just going to give you the names of the cards that are coming. Number one, you got the Bone Eater. Number two is Titania. And number three is the Emperor. So you can always draw your own conclusions from these names, or I can give you the feeling and the sense that is coming from this card today. So the first one is the Bone Eater. If you chose number one today, the Bone Eater is definitely about life and death, cycles, renewal, recycling, and it's about the cycle of life. So usually he comes to you in a reading if there's a big change ahead, to grant ease, even though he's a bit scary, but he actually is there to grant ease. He is there to remind you that everything that has happened can be renewed and reused. And even if change is scary, there's always a solution to everything and always an answer to everything. The vulture that he was, I guess, inspired by was a bit of vulture. They usually fly a long way just to find the perfect bone so they can eat. Not many things in nature can eat bones. So he's just reminding you of no matter how hard the situation is, there's always something that can change. There's always a way that things can be recycled and renewed if you just really look into it. And he's actually an encouragement card of yes, you do have the power of you to change things. And sometimes this does require a little bit of sacrifice as well. So if he has come to you today, just think about what is quite real for you in this point. What needs to be let go of and what needs to be held on to. It's about sifting through your life, sorting through your life, and what's important to you and what's not important to you. And be willing to let go of those things that are not really working for you now, just so you can give more space and room to grow the things that actually give you love and joy. Okay, thank you. So if you chose Titania, Titania is a very, very interesting card. It's about intuition going inside, but it's not just about intuition going inside. It's about bringing what comes from inside outside. And you can see that she's quite timid on looking on the outside world. So I see her as like the inner spirit of you, the one that's looking out into the world that wants to be a part of the world and wants to be engaged in the world, but is not quite ready of the next steps they can take, or just sort of questioning if they're going to walk out into the world to be a part of that world. So Titania is a fairy and she makes magic happen in the garden. And that's what the story she told me. She likes working with plants, and renewing life, and she's more about watering the gardens, nurturing the gardens, looking after the gardens. And if Titania has come to you today, it's about actually nurturing yourself and not being too hard on yourself and actually giving yourself the rest that you need. And I guess the I don't know, I've got the image of coming inside, eating the right things, and just feeling through the things that actually feel good for you and actually feel fulfilling for you. So you can start that process of recycling, renewing. A lot I've noticed there's a lot of this recycling, renewing, and I think that's just because change is coming. And this ended up somewhere weird today, and its change is unavoidable. So that was my question for today, and I just noticed that this is happening for a lot of people. So this one's more about looking after yourself and being patient with yourself and giving yourself the good things that you need to make yourself feel safe and feel, I guess, taken care of. And this is your responsibility, not of people outside of you. So it's asking, not looking outside for support, but look how you can support yourself, even if it's by those small acts that you do, to see if there's anything small, even might seem insignificant, that you can do to take care of yourself, just so you can rest and be ready for your next stage. Because there is a big sense of revealing who you are coming up soon. So remember, even if that's just eating your favorite food one night, putting your feet up, Titania is about looking after yourself and getting yourself ready for moving on to your next step and opening up a little bit to become more of who you are. Okay, so number three, if you chose the Emperor, this is about more about responsibility and ownership. His card is very much like the Emperor card in the tarot deck, and it is being responsible for your power, responsible for making things happen, responsible for movement, and know that you have the power all within you to make these things happen. And they ask you to do it diligently and with responsiveness and respectfulness. So if there's a thing that you've been delaying for some time, or a thing that you want to change in your life, time is now to act. He's pushing you to go forward with it and just saying that you have the power within you. He's asking, really, why are you delaying it? He's asking you, really move forward. It's time to pick up everything and just move forward with it. Um, don't need, don't leave loose ends. Don't leave excuses. Just get in there and do it. He has a lot of responsibility around this card, and just remind you of your responsibility of yourself, firstly, and then your responsibility of others as well. And see how you can motivate not just yourself to move forward in this energy, but the people around you, how you can do it softly but swiftly. I hope that helps, and thank you for allowing me to share this with you and share this insight with these cards. If you want to see more, they'll be at www.tigrisillustrations.com. I will leave that in the link. Also, I'm doing personal readings for $15 this week. So if you feel like you need a little bit of insight, I'm more than happy to help. The readings that I'm offering are the shadow readings, which also looks at the surface as well as the underneath, so you can sort of get a broad spectrum of not just what's happening on a physical level, but what's happening on an emotional level too. Anyway, I will let you go. Thank you for being a part of this. Love and light, Cassie. Bye, all.